Welcome, 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 welcome. How are you? I think he was coming to look for you
Oh,
for
really?
the interview. So yeah, he was coming to look for you. We're out here in Detroit, Michigan. Yes, Detroit. See, I told you, walk right up.
Okay.
So you are in for a real treat today. You get to
What am I
meet
saying?
some
Oh,
really
we
good
just don't
high
talk.
level
Oh,
community
yes.
stakeholders,
No,
as
am I
well
standing or
as
sitting?
community
No, you have a seat right here.
organizers,
Thank you.
volunteers, people who are dedicated
You
to.
pull your chair tight.
Tight
There you go.
to the wall or tight
Oh,
to
that's a
you.
great
See,
right there.
right there.
There you go. That's good.
If I knew I was coming for this, I would have baked the cake.
So, hello, Detroit. We are live again here at the Samaritan Center, Arise Detroit Community Appreciation Day.
Yeah.
And we are here with.
Pastor Annie Adams, Holy Ground Missionary Baptist Church.
Oh, all right. And what do you have in your hand there?
Oh, I have some certificates of organizations who have supported Arise Detroit throughout the years. Hot Flash Productions.
Tell us about Hot Flash Productions.
Hot Flash Productions is headed by a young lady named Angela Burgess, who is my daughter, and we supported. I'm actually a board member of Arise Detroit. She has supported. She's a comedian. She does clean jokes and things like that. So she also comes to volunteer on Arise Detroit Neighborhood State and also our summit.
All right.
All right. And also I have here Workhorse Services.
Workforce Service.
This is another workhorse.
Service.
Strong worker. He helps us maintain the lawn outside the church and in the neighborhood of Puritan and 6 Mile area.
Okay.
So that's another one of our volunteers. We also have, well, actually the church itself, Holy Ground Missionary Baptist Church.
And you are located where?
We are located at 13321 Puritan Street in the city of Detroit.
And services when?
Service is on Sunday afternoons, right after Sunday school.
All right. All right.
And we've been there, well, we've been in ministry for 42 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And this is my personal organization, Adams Youth Spiritual, Intellectual, and Communications Development Corporation.
Okay, that's a mouthful.
It's a mouthful.
What does AYSIACDC do?
That's a mouthful.
Go ahead. This is live.
This is the organization.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. It's okay.
I'm going to make it really simple.
This is how it happens. It's okay.
Help yourself.
That's all right.
Make it really simple. We believe that individuals who are not in the mainstream need to have a learning edge in society. Those that are, like I call them society's weeds. We are, we've been left out of a lot of things. When grants come and other things happen, we're low down on the learning curve, all of that. But this organization helps to level the playing field.
Thank you.
For those who are disenfranchised, that kind of thing. So it was named after me, Adams Youth Spiritual, Intellectual, and Communications Development Corporation.
Right.
That's all that mouthful is. We help to level the playing field.
Right.
And the other one, I believe there's one, Strong Locks Organization. And if you know, I'm wearing the T-shirt. I don't know if you can see it. Strong Locks.
And what is Strong Locks?
Strong Locks is an organization that was started by a young man in our organization who is learning how to rehab houses.
Wow.
His idea is get your families together, get people in the community together to help one another.
Come on.
I can do this. Watch out now. I can do a little, you can do a little.
Amen. That's
but
right.
when we all come together, that's called teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Right.
Together, everyone achieves more.
All right.
TEAM, teamwork. Woo!
Right.
And I believe there's one more. Oh, and I don't see it.
You might have slid
But-
out.
it's, yeah.
Collaboration is important.
Critical.
Why?
It is important because no man is an island
Mm.
unto himself. I think it was Benjamin Franklin that said, I can't remember the quote exactly, but it is so important that we help one another. It is so important that in order to make things work, it's going to take a little from you, from me, and for all of us coming together. There's a scripture, and I have to throw this in as the pastor of Holy Ground. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is when brethren dwell together in unity, in harmony. We must come together to make a whole. There are parts, each of us are different, but we can all come with the same vision.
Amen.
Woohoo!
So
Go ahead.
Yes, yes.
let me ask you, so you spoke about a lot, a
Yes, ma'am.
whole lot.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
you talked about how it's so important for teams to make the dream work, right?
Absolutely.
And so what happens, or how do you address when a teammate may experience some form of letdown or disappointment, or they may feel they've been betrayed or some church hurt,
Oh, absolutely.
to keep them still engaged in the collaboration and the harmony?
Well, I would say we have to reach out to that individual. Don't become a part of the bashing, if you will. Oh, so and so didn't do this. It's okay. We have to learn to forgive one another. And if there's, and I've heard many people say, I've been hurt in the church. But wherever there's a hurt, once you let it out, you talk about it with that individual. Let's try to come to grips with that and solve that problem, rather than to look it over. We need to nip it in the bud. That's the title of one of my.
Nip it in the bud.
Yeah. that's
How
the
you doing?
title. Hi, how's everyone?
Rise Detroit. Rise Detroit.
Or you came
Right.
down to see what was going on. That's what it was.
Right there at
So
that
go
table.
ahead
They'll
and
help you out.
study it, and when y'all come out, you stop here and talk with us, okay?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So in order to do that, if there is a problem, let's fix that. Let's not jump over the hill and say, oh, everything's all right. We lost that one over there. Bye.
But you know what? You just raised something that is so important, where we have a lot of people in our community that have put in a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
But they have chose to say, I'm not helping nobody no more because y'all not supporting me the way that I want to be supported.
Exactly.
And when you spoke about forgiveness, and then you spoke about how you can't do it alone, like bringing those two together and understanding that our call is common,
Absolutely.
right? Our
Absolutely.
skill sets are many,
Absolutely.
and our gifts are from God,
Absolutely.
right? And so we have the opportunity to, how can I say, overcome self. Because, you know, back in the day it was, we shall overcome, right? But but now we need to overcome self.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, they say the enemy is within me. So if you can't fix you, how are you going to get outside of you to help somebody else? I always tell people charity begins at home, right here in this body. Let me fix me, then I can get out here and see what we can do. Okay? But fix you before you get out there. I tell people, take a few minutes each day. When you get up and thank God for everything that He's given you, take some time and say, okay, Lord, let me do me. Fix me for my journey. Then you can get out and say, okay, world, I'm ready to roll. But if you don't do that, I think you get into a whole lot of stressful situations. It's almost like you try to fix a problem, you got a problem at home. Fix your problem and ask the Lord to intercede.
Pastor, we're live. I want to tell everybody who you are one more time.
Oh, I'm just a nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody. But actually, I'm just an ordinary individual with whom God has done some extraordinary things. So, but yeah, I enjoy pastoring at a very small church. Big churches are fine. I'm comfortable with large groups as well as small groups. But some of us have been neglected in the process. So I want to reach those who are disenfranchised and those who don't get a chance to sit at the table.
That's right.
Welcome to the table.
Come on.
You know, if they don't invite you to the table, pull up a chair.
Yeah.
Bring your own table.
Come on.
Right.
You know, time out for yes.
Stop
Thank you.
playing the
Thank
game.
you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. It's
for
been a
joining
pleasure
us.
speaking
Yes,
with you.
indeed.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you.
And we're here live at Arise Detroit. This is just a really exciting day. We're meeting some really interesting people.
Yes, with lots of energy and
Right.
passion and dedication.
Who said nothing's happening in Detroit? The lights are back on.
Hey, Cameron. Hey. The lights are back on. Not only are they back on, but the lights are now solar powered. Come on, sis, you good. You good. They are solar powered, so they can't be turned off anymore. So I am Dr. Kapllango, and you just got a chance to see Mr. James Ribrron, and we are here live at Arise Detroit's Community Appreciation Day. And so for those of you who are unaware of who Arise Detroit is a nonprofit organization that has been working for over the last 10 years to host simultaneously multiple events. How are you?
Okay, how are you?
All right, all right. The people are here. The people are here. Hey, hey, hey. Good, good, good. Simultaneously, all across the city on the first Saturday in August. And this has been going on, and you have an opportunity to not only learn about the organizations who are hosting neighborhood cleanups, food drives, clothing drives, entrepreneurship development, economic development, entertainment opportunities, networking opportunities, and then the corporate and community social responsibility investment that is coming in. If you look right here, you can see all of the community corporations, foundations, Fortune 300s, 500s, all participating. And so now we're getting ready to have our next guests come into the set. We're going to have an Assalamu Alaikum moment with the Inshallah on top of it.
So welcome again, Detroit. Bring your chair in tight. There you go. So we are here with
Masira Saleh.
and tell us who you're with and why you're here today.
I work with District Champion Hope. I'm an outreach specialist for the families in Detroit and District 6.
What other organization do you work with?
COC, Conquerors of Community.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about Congress of Communities and what's that you got in your hand.
This one is for DCH, Detroit Champion of Hope. We are outreach. I am an outreach specialist, and we encourage the families to do the 60 days. And by doing the 60 days, that they are to encourage your child, hug your child, talk to them, sing with them, read with them, and play with them. By encourage them to do all this stuff, by doing this stuff with your children, the bond between the families gets stronger. The child will grow in a healthy environment, a healthy family, and everything. And some families, if it's not all, they're already doing this stuff. They're already talking to their kids. They're already encouraging their kids, even if it's simple as you can do it today, go to school. It's still you're doing it as a family and as a parent and caregiver.
Okay, tell us a little bit about Congress of Communities, and then my partner here is going to ask you a few questions about what you're doing.
No problem. And Congress of Community is a nonprofit organization that helps the families and children, and it's work with youth too. And they usually do events with the families every other day. Sometimes they do events like we have one that's coming for the Christmas that we, if you register with them, you register and you could come with your child. You get a free toy. They have a lot of vendors who be there, free food, free time to play and everything. And we have sometimes different events when we sign in with us or with Champion Hope. When we have any events or any other organization have events, we could send you and let you know that this event is happening in that area or anything. And if you need any resource, they help you with it.
All right. And she was nervous.
I don't know why. I don't know why. It came out so naturally, so naturally. So is that Shakesha watching on Facebook?
Okay. Hey, Takesha. Come on down to 5555 Connor, Rise Detroit Community Appreciation Day.
So you talked about the 6 a day,
Yes.
right? And so one of them is hugging, right?
Yes.
And so talk to us about the importance of hugging and how it can be applied safely.
Hugging, scientifically, they said if you hug someone for 20 seconds, gives certain hormone in your brain. It calm you when it make you feel better and everything. And I know kids these days, they don't like the hug, but as long as the touch, it could be a high five, it could be a fist bump, it could be even like an elbow or something.
I like that. I
It's
like
as long there's the touch.
Connection.
Yes, the connection.
Oh, you like that?
I hadn't heard it explained that way. I mean, every time somebody asks, I hear someone speaking from the experience, which is the importance of this. So thank you for that question.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And just hearing you go through the 6 points, right?
Mhm.
I know a lot of adults that will want to receive that as well, you know, to be able to transfer those steps, not just for the child, but for adult to adult, right?
True.
Peer to peer.
Yeah.
Because we know as caregivers, as parents,
Mhm.
as community stakeholders and leaders, sometimes we need a hug too.
Mhm.
We need words of encouragement. So for those who are just now tuning in, can you go through the 6 points one more time, just for those who write a note and we can apply it all across the board?
There are 6. It's encouragement. It could be as simple as get up for school, encourage them to go to school, and a hug. It could be a simple touch with a high five or anything. A talk. Just talk to your kids about what they did through the day, or tell them about your day.
Go ahead.
Or even you talk to them about your day. They could be listening, but you're talking to them. And singing, sing with your kids. Yeah, sing like you sing for them, they sing for you. Nice. Sing, it's always nice. It's like even them singing or you're singing or even listening to music together. We can. And of course, reading.
Yeah.
Read, start since the womb. You read for your child. It open their imagination for stuff to when they read a book.
Yeah.
We want them to go back to read books,
Yeah.
not just tablets and stuff like that.
Yes.
And play. Play. I think it's the easiest one because for a younger one, you play with them with the toys. With the older one, you could play with the board games.
Yeah.
Even if they do video games, play with them. Like be involved. That's all the 6.
Yeah.
So, Ms. Sarah, we're live. Is there anything you want to say to people before you go?
Do your thing. Do the 6 a day, and come to this event. And if you go and sign in with us, you will get all the events. And good to talk to you.
All right. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you very much.
So
All right.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank
All
you.
So we're
Thank
gonna.
We got 2 more coming.
Thank
Him
you.
and I got another one who's getting ready to leave, so let me grab
Okay.
him before he.
So
Thank you, Ms.
as
Sarah.
we
That was
are
great.
here live on set, we love you right back at you. That look like Imani. So with that, we are here live and we're getting ready to have 2 more interesting guests join our show so that you get a chance to understand how Detroit is actually arising. This is a grassroots, behind the scenes. Now you can see, oh, that's why that was happening over there. Oh, that too. Oh, that makes sense now. Because all of this didn't happen overnight. This has been a long process. And Luther Key with the Rise Detroit has been able to garner lots of community organizations, individuals, families. Hey, family, make sure y'all wave to the camera so people can see you. That way, there they go. There they go. Can you see them?
Hello. Hi.
There's like 15 people. And so you can see you have so many levels of people, families, individuals engaged in making sure that Detroit, as it arrives, stays solid.
Have a seat there.
What is this for?
We are here.
Luther wanted me to interview all of the vendors.
Okay, cool. Yes.
Okay. Real simple.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, we just talk to you, nothing. So, welcome back, Detroit. We are here again at the Samaritan Center, Arise Detroit Community Appreciation Day, and we have with us
Sean Henry.
Hi, Sean Henry.
Hi.
And you are with
Michigan Reconnect.
Michigan Reconnect. And what is Michigan Reconnect? What do you do? And then what happened here today? And what are you taking out of this with you?
Yeah, it was great. So Michigan Reconnect is a state of Michigan scholarship program for adults. So folks 21 and up, Michigan residents for at least a year, high school diploma or GED, and no associate's degree or higher yet can use Reconnect to get their tuition covered at their local community college, all the way up through the associate's degree.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm one of the navigators with the program. So anyone that applies to the program that picks Wayne County Community College as their school gets connected to me, and my job is to walk them through financial aid and getting enrolled and all of that business.
And so how do people get in touch with you to get connected to this program?
Yeah, so michigan.gov/reconnect is our website. Our application's on there. If you meet those 4 sort of requirements that I just outlined, you'll automatically qualify for the scholarship and be accepted right away once you apply. And then based on the school that you pick on your application, you'll be connected to me or the equivalent of me, depending on the school that you choose.
What are the numbers looking like in terms of people enrolling and participating?
It's been extremely popular. The program came out, we initially came out in February 2021. And since then, the program has just grown and grown and grown. We have over 100,000 applications. It's been turned on. Just a year ago, we started our age expansion program. The program was originally for folks 25 and up. Last October 2023, we dropped the minimum age to 21 and up. And that actually ends at the end of 2024. So we're really pushing for the 21 to 24-year-olds right now because they can only apply through the end of the calendar.
You hear that? We only have a couple more days. Doctor, you got any questions?
I do. And it was just commendable to see your level of interest for your program and knowing that you are the connection for Wayne County Community College. I actually attended some classes there.
Nice.
And it was a really great experience. And so you were founded in 2021, is that right?
Yep.
Okay. So that means now you're eventually going to see what that first cohort is experiencing, right?
Yep, we've got people getting associate's degrees already through the program because we had a lot of people, you don't have to come in with 0 college experience.
Okay.
If you took classes a decade ago or something like that, you can come in with those credits and pick up where you left off if those credits are still valid or haven't expired or something like that.
Wow.
So we had people getting associate's degrees even like before the 2 years were, elapsed since we came out. So
Yeah. So you're making an impact on so many levels, and to have individuals who maybe not have ever thought about going to college or had the money to go to college. Now we have an equity component that's being built in by having access to this type of funding. And then we now have a good data set to follow, to track, to see what that investment has done to allow the Detroiters to arise from this particular venue of access. And so how can people get in contact with you again? And can you go over those 4 more requirements?
yeah, the eligibility requirements. So getting in touch, the best way is always michigan.gov/reconnect. There's a Meet Your Navigator page. So depending on the school that you're interested in, you can identify sort of who your navigator would be. Their contact information is all on there too, including mine if you're trying to go to Wayne County. And then our eligibility requirements are baseline 21 and up, 25 and up once we cross into 2025.
At the end of the year.
Yeah, at the end of the year. Michigan resident for at least a year, a high school diploma, GED, or other high school equivalency, and just no associate's degree or higher earned already.
Okay. Homeschoolers, what do they need to show that they have completed K through 12?
Yeah, so our application is actually sort of, I don't even know what the right word is. It's kind of self-reported on our application. Like, yes, I graduated from high school.
Okay.
The biggest thing is that they have some sort of proof of graduation or a GED or equivalency to give to the community college when you get enrolled. Because the community college is going to need that to enroll.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Appreciate you. I'm glad he was on his way out. And I said, give me 5 minutes.
Yeah,
no,
appreciate that.
Yeah. No, thanks for having
Thanks
me.
for coming by.
Yeah, nice to meet you both.
Nice to meet you as well.
All right.
Keep an eye on.
We'll do.
So one of the things I want to learn how to do is to put that information right up when like Michigan.gov,
Yeah.
we connect. So
We just want to have one more device right here.
Okay.
We can go on and just
All
put
right.
that in.
All right. We figuring it out.
Oh, yeah, we got it going on. And we got some viewers. So we had Amani. She watched it too. So are
Okay.
you all going to join us? to just say hello? Because y'all look real happy leaving up out of there. So, yeah, so just slide
Time
on.
to get back to work.
You can
Well,
get back to work.
just say hello. Just say hello, Detroit,
Come on,
right
you
here.
gotta come around so
All
they
right,
can
come
see
on
Oh,
you.
you gotta come around.
Yeah, this is
Yes.
live. This is live. Just say hello, Detroit.
Y'all not gonna get in trouble. We
Hello,
all
Detroit.
good.
Hi.
There you go. There you go. Now they can see you.
Hi.
See? Hello. What's your name?
Hi, Maya.
Hi, Maya. Okay, come on and say hi. There you go. Hi, Detroit.
Hi.
What's your name?
Emma.
All right. They were participants in Arise Detroit.
So
All right.
so both of y'all nurses?
I'm a nurse.
I'm a singer.
You're okay, so you're a nurse. What type of nurse are you?
LPN.
Like, licensed practitioner. Okay. And you?
A singer.
What's that?
A certified nursing assistant.
Oh, but you said Cena. See, I would say just
Yeah,
CNA,
that's
but Cena, you know,
Yeah.
leveled it up. Very good. Thank you for stopping.
Okay,
You all
thank
have a
you.
good one.
Thank you.
So you meet all types of people. You had college entry here for associate's degree. And for people who are getting familiar with the educational system, you have your certifications. You have your associates, which is a 2-year degree. Sometimes it may take you 3, depending on life, or longer. Then you have your bachelor's degree. From your bachelor's degree, you can go and now do a master's degree. Hey, we are here live at Arise Detroit. We have more people that will be coming in, special guests. From the master's degree, you get your doctor's degree. So we have had a chance to sit down and meet the VP of Walker Parker, I think it's called Walker Parker, who is offering training and certifications. We had the opportunity to sit down with Michigan Reconnect for individuals who have not completed their associate's degree and want to go to school for free from the age of 21 or older. But come 2025, you must be 25 in order to get access to that opportunity.
Have a seat there.
And so we have another one of our guests coming in. Some of you may know who this guest is, and some of you are getting an opportunity to learn who our guest is coming in. We thank you for tuning in and watching us here live on YouTube as well as Facebook Live.
Okay. All right. Put me a chair in. Okay. There you go. There you go. Okay. We communicate. So we're live. You're good. You're good.
My phone.
We're live back here at the Sammerian Center for Arise Detroit's Community Appreciation Day. This has been exciting. A lot of good information.
Absolutely.
So we are here with
Ken Scott.
and this is another brother I've been knowing for a long time.
Wow.
You know, ain't nobody in here I haven't been knowing, but Ken and I go back. We ain't gonna say how long.
A number of years.
Ken, what are you here for today? What are you getting out of this? And what do you want to say to people? This is live.
Okay, first and foremost, my salute to Luther Keith and Arise Detroit on their 18th anniversary, as well as the Community Appreciation Day. Myself, as a realtor, real estate broker for CSW Real Estate, executive director, down payment assistance, for Detroit Economic Variables. Also, the Detroit Homeownership Center, CDC, as well as being past president of the Greater Detroit Realtors Association and the Detroit Association of Realtors. This is what we need in our respective communities. One of the things that we need to do is highlight our communities, the value in being a Detroit resident, being a Detroit homeowner. But at the same time, I mean, we need to hone those skills, and that's why we're here today, to help those individuals that are seeking financial literacy, primarily renter education, secondary, and home ownership eventually, to create generational wealth. I don't think we do enough of that in our community, and hopefully we can foster some of that and making sure that that happens in our respective communities, because if we do that, we become wealthy. beyond measure.
So Ken, I could keep you here all day, but one thing that come to mind, I think when we last met, we were at one of the reparations meetings.
Absolutely.
And I talked to you about, putting together a nonprofit center.
Mm-hmm.
How important are these community-based type centers where we got storefronts and churches that could be used for community services and things of that nature? Incubators. How important is this? And from a real estate standpoint, how can we work together as a community to use the knowledge that you have and all of these community folk in here having a space where they can have their office and incubate? See, I think we'd be here all day, but just,
I understand. Well, let me say it this way. These are the essentials to me. We want to empower our communities. We want to stabilize our communities. But more than anything else, we want to transform our communities. And realtors are the gatekeepers of those various principles. But at the same time, without the community that has been existing for years, well beyond, well before the bankruptcy and after the bankruptcy, we need stabilized neighborhoods in order to foster home ownership. And to have a place to do that is essential to the vitality of our community.
All right. Okay. Shoot.
Thank you so much for sitting down and just breaking down the parts that make us strong as a community. And you talked about power, stabilization, and transformation, and generational wealth, right? And so I know with the home buying initiative, especially for first-time home buyers, a lot are looking to understand how they can enter into the market through a multifamily unit initiative as opposed to just buying a single family home. Can you talk to me and those who are watching about that?
Well, for the most part,
it's right around the corner.
I have to start with single family homes because that's essential as it relates to just generational wealth. I grew up in a home where it was myself, my mother, my aunt, her 3 girls, my grandmother, and great grandmother.
Right.
Okay, there was 8 of us in that household, and from there we went out, and my mother had her home, my aunt had her home, my grandmother had her home, and my great grandmother had her home. It's essential that we nurture the relationships that we have within our family dynamic, but at the same time, getting a single family home, sure, and then that leading to multiple family, if you're fortunate enough to do so. Obviously, that creates that single family home dynamic that you can live in and what have you, but also that multiple family where you can utilize the funding of that or the rental or lease of that in order to pay for that mortgage for that whole 2-family unit, whether it be a flat up and down unit, side-by-side unit, which is a duplex, or anywhere up to a 4-unit and what have you. If you live in one of those units, then you can rent the other 2, 3 out, whatever the case may be, or 1 out, and develop even more financial generational wealth, say it that way.
So I want to make sure that I heard you right. So you can, as a first-time home buyer, purchase a duplex, like you said, or a multifamily unit home. You can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most people assimilate it with up and down unit, but at the same time, it can be a side-by-side unit, or it could be up to a 4-unit, where you only occupy one of those 1, 2, 3, or 4.
I think that's what's important, because he said you can purchase that multifamily, pay the mortgage.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Pay the mortgage
With those other
units.
units.
That's generational wealth.
Correct.
That's being able to see. It was 4 or 5 of you in one home, and a multi-duplex. You could have all been in that poor family, building generational wealth quicker.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
the idea is to begin to turn our dollars over in our community in ways that benefit, as the Native Americans would say, 7 generations out. 7 generations. Ken, thank you. What do you want to say to Detroit that are listening and inviting them to come on out here and check us out?
Yes, please come out to the Community Appreciation Day for Rise Detroit. It's essential to the building, the empowering, the stabilization, and the transforming of our communities. Detroit has been known for as a city of various blocks and what have you. I mean, this block may look different than that block or the next block or whatever the case may be, but it's important that we provide consistency in our communities. Not only consistency in housing, but at the same time, consistency in the way housing looks and the way we take advantage of it and maintain it and secure it. There is no better place in the state of Michigan than Detroit for a single family home or multiple family homes. It's affordable. It's something that can be maintained at a reasonable level, and it's something that doesn't require a lot of income, a lot of preparation. From the land bank on to being able to mortgage a property, it's affordable. And one of the myths that's out there is the fact that we can't attain it. We need a high credit score. We need down payment assistance. The factor that deters us from home ownership more so than anything else is the fear of the unknown.
Fear.
Sometimes you just have to go out there and find an objective party that can assist you in home ownership. There are HUD certified housing counseling agencies out there to help you not only budget, but also create a credit score that makes you a good risk for a loan officer or a bank, financial institution, whatever the case may be, to loan you money to buy your first home. Remember when we were talking about the first one to go to college and what have you? Why don't you be the first person in your home, first person in your family, to be a homeowner? That's what we're striving for right now. We want to create home ownership in our community, thus creating generational wealth.
How can people get in touch with you?
My phone number is 313-819-7065. That's 313-819-7065. Please do the due diligence. A friend of mine said, you don't have to get ready if you stay ready. Please stay ready. Get your finances together, get your credit together, do the necessary steps in order to create home ownership, thus creating generational wealth. And I want to thank Luther and Rise Detroit for creating this Community Appreciation Day. I want to thank you all for at least showing people live through YouTube what this is all about. This is all about us. This is about our neighborhoods, how we live in those neighborhoods, the condition of our neighborhoods, and how we should strive to do better in our neighborhoods.
That's right. So I know you are a master in what you do, and there is a $25,000 program for Detroit.
Unfortunately, that has exhausted, but at the same time, it was under the ARPA funds, which was under the Biden administration, the American Rescue Plan Act. Hopefully, it will be renewed. I don't know what the new administration calls for, but at the same time, understand as people, and especially my people, we are survivors. regardless of the political climate, whatever the case may be, we make it work. Let's not be down, let's not be depressed or whatever the case may be, because we have an obligation to not only ourselves, but our families, to be the breadwinner in our home, to be the homeowner in our family, to be a contributor and a stakeholder in our communities. Let that not deter you, whatever the political climate is. Let's be positive about it and make sure that we collaborate with individuals that create positivity in our communities. Thank you.
And let's
Thank you,
continue
Ken.
to arise.
All right,
arise.
thank you, Ken.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
So there you have it. We just got a in-depth schooling on how you can build generational wealth through real estate, purpose-driven communities. That's what it's about. And so we thank you so much for continuing to be with us, tuning in on Facebook and YouTube. We are live on YouTube through James Ribrron Network, and we are live on Facebook here on Denguhlanga Kapllango's page. And so they're doing a raffle now. How are you?
I'm well.
Good. Hey, how are you? Come on, wait, before you leave, come on camera just so the people can see who's leaving out the building. Because they need to know. So you're here. This is on YouTube, and then you're here on Facebook. Tell everybody who you are and how you enjoyed yourself today.
Hello, Detroit. Hello, Detroit and beyond. I am Dr. Tia McKinney with the McKinney Foundation, and always Arise Detroit is for the community, and it was an awesome event. Just beautiful. Happy holidays and have a happy new year.
Thank you. And so we got our next guest coming in.
Have a seat on the end, Tony.
Yes. Hey, you're not leaving. You got to be next. You can't leave. I know who you are. He may not know, but I know.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to give us 5 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes. So again, welcome Detroit. We are live here at the Sammerian Center, Arise Detroit Community Appreciation Day. And we are here with a legend in the city of Detroit, a legend. We go back to border zoning days, go back to Detroit Association days. Tell us who you are. Just tell us who you are.
Well, my name is Tony McWayne, president of Ravendale Community Inc., which is a 50-block area on the east side of Detroit. So what we're doing, now believe it or not, I called myself retired, but when I called myself retiring, when I was called back into the community to continue, and I call it the rebirth of Ravendale. So the goal has always been to get the residents involved in the total process of changing their own environment by utilizing their gifts and talents, because I believe that everyone has gifts and talents that could help change their neighborhood.
Jump on it.
And you are telling the truth. I was raised in Detroit, and me being raised in Detroit, I was taught how to feed the hungry, find ways to clothe the naked, find ways to connect marketplace with individuals and networks. I've been trained in the way to utilize technology to bring community to a global aspect. And I'm a representation of what you just talked about. This is a true manifestation. She's just not up here talking to be talking. What Detroit produces from this perspective, genius can't even define it. And when we allow opportunities to show our skills, our gifts, and our talents, the transformation is just, it leaves you wordless.
That's right.
Wordless.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
Tony, tell the people what your connection is to Arise Detroit.
My connection with the Rise Detroit, Luther King, who years ago interviewed me, and a lot of people don't know that Luther King used to be a news writer for the Detroit News. Mm-hmm. And he interviewed me one day, and right now I do sit on his board as a board member. And when he did that and told me what he was getting ready to do, what he was really thinking of, I became involved with him
Okay.
in making that transition because he had to have a heart to do that. And anyone that want to change a neighborhood and has to have a heart for that. It's not about the money. It's about what you believe in and what you believe that those clients or those residents, okay, can play a very big part of. So that's how I got involved with Luther King.
Tony, we thank you for stopping by to say hi and connect and let people know what you're doing. I was going to retire a few weeks ago also. So we're going to keep doing this until the good Lord says.
That's right. People ask me, how you doing? Hey, I say, I'm hanging tough and all that stuff.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much. All right.
Okay.
Great talking with you.
Bye-bye.
So you have been able to meet a lot of great people. You have been able to see the type of work that community residents are doing within the city of Detroit. And here's the kick, or the catch-22. The work that is being done by the residents in the city of Detroit is being studied and replicated and duplicated across America. Across America. Okay, y'all put him down. You heard her. You heard him. I'm sorry. Put him down. Let them get up. Let them get up. Because you don't want anybody to do anything wrong. Come on, sweetie. Get up. You okay?
It's okay.
He's sick. He don't want to move.
Where's mom?
Come, you can sit right here. Now, who's joining us now? I've known her for at least 22 years. 22 years back from an urban perspective, that lead perspective. And she has done so much, and she has grown so much. I said, ooh, that's what get money look like right there. So as we're getting ready to have our guests come on and join us, I could talk about how we go back and how long I have known her. I told you about the years, but do you remember how we actually met? Like where we were?
I think it was Urban League.
Okay.
It was the Urban League.
Okay. Yeah, it was the Urban League, and then we ended up going into gardening. Gardening, and then we did some stuff around. I believe Barack Obama. It was presidential day where we had to do fitness. We had classes, and panel discussion.
Yep, I remember now. My memory is bad. Excuse me.
Oh, no, it's okay. I had to pull it up too. And so I've been able to just see her in her element and how she, property owner, a taxpayer. At one point, we were doing, what's the name of the big,
The high tunnel.
there you go.
Yep. Actually, it was installed early November.
Okay.
So just about less than 6 weeks ago, it was installed. So that was good. Got my permits with the city for the installation of it, so that went very well. So we're happy about that.
I know, that's a dream come true.
Yes, it is.
So tell us what else you have accomplished since the last time.
Well, actually, the garden is going well. I don't know if I mentioned to you, but we do have a bioswale too. So we're capturing bioswale.
A bioswale, okay.
Actually,
term for me. That's why
Actually, it's an oversized rain garden.
Oh, wow.
So it's about 40 feet by 20 feet wide.
Okay.
And so we're responsible for maintaining that, which can be kind of a challenge because of the weeds and stuff. But, you know, I call myself the weed lady. But different type of weed.
Okay,
Weed lady.
yeah.
But the garden is coming out well. And like I said, we just had the high tunnel installed. So we're looking forward to planting some things in the springtime.
Great growing season.
We're looking forward to it.
Wow. And tell the people where you're located, and then tell the people who you are, because I just started talking to you, and you're on YouTube, and then you're on Facebook.
Okay. This is probably my first time doing this, so forgive me, guys. I'm a little nervous.
You're doing good.
But my name is Von Willis, lifelong Detroiter, who's always had a interest in gardening, even though my 9 to 5 is accounting. I'm a numbers person. I love numbers. But for fun and for growing and maintaining for my family, we have to garden, and we have a lot of vegetables. We have flowers, native plants. So we are excited where we're at. But we're located on the east side of Gratiot, between Mount Elliott and East Grand Boulevard area. I like to call it a area that's really kind of perking up a bit. So
Okay, so for the people who may be not from Detroit, and you gave those boundaries, and they may want to donate or fund, how can they get in contact with you?
Unfortunately, right now, gosh, that would be kind of difficult. We don't have a website for our garden, but it is in process. So if I could ask if they can contact you, and then you can forward the information.
Okay, we can do
But that is something we're working on for this winter.
You
That's
got
a
an
winter
email
project.
address?
Yes.
Okay, but get the people the email.
Okay,
address.
so
There you
it's
go.
WILLIS
There you go.
4196 at att.net.
There you go. So now you can connect with her. There's always a way to get in contact, especially when you want to do it. And so I want to thank you for sitting down, because I saw you. You got to come over here because I was there. I saw it. So can nobody say that what she doing ain't real? I seen how it's been built, and she's done it so humbly.
I appreciate the kindness, the kind words. But I do want to say this, since this is the platform, that one of the things that we are trying to do is encourage people to have gardens, encourage people to grow native plants. It's a good thing. Mostly it's therapeutic for me. But in terms of vegetables, you can have a 4x4 raised bed. You can have a small area. You can have a big area, 30 by 100. If that's the size of your high tunnel. But we just try to encourage that. We try to educate and just share information amongst each other.
So when you say encourage people to have their own garden, so does it mean that you say, go ahead and start you a garden, or is it more of we'll help you to start a garden?
Actually both. Being, all jokes aside, it's a lot of work to maintain a garden, but like I said, for me, it's very therapeutic. But always looking for advice, sharing advice. So I would like to start a situation where a couple of people band together and we kind of rotate and help each other out for large projects is what we're trying to work on, and hopefully that'll be successful.
So a collaboration, rotational. So for those of you who are watching and agribids, and we're working to make sure that Detroit is food sovereign, here you have an opportunity to build out a network, a distribution workforce network, to make sure that we are sustainable when it comes down to accessing all of the products that Sister spoke about. In addition to that, we talked about how people can get in contact with you, some of the services that you offer. What brought you out today?
Oh, okay. I can talk about that.
Yeah.
Basically, this was our first year participating in the Rise Detroit. I've heard about it over the years and whatnot, and a dear friend of mine encouraged me to participate. I think this is like her third or fourth year, so we did do that. The garden is called Growing Memories Garden, and like I said, we're proud to have served on that and looking forward to next year.
Yeah. Well, is there anything you want to say to Detroit or the world?
No, thank you guys for this opportunity. No, there is something I do want to say. As a native Detroiter, I know we say sometimes that we get a lot of flack from dealing with different city situations and whatnot. And I hear it, but I do want to encourage those to stay focused, the city will work with you. I know for a fact. And there was a team within the building and services department. Um, I don't recall all the names and whatnot, but I do believe that if you put your heart to something, things will work out. And the city of Detroit, I want to commend them for, like I said, I know it's a tight situation, but I do want to encourage them and thank them for all that they have done to help us with our journey.
And that
it
is,
worked out.
that's what's up. But
And,
thank you.
May I mention some people? Because you're not sitting down here today on my presentation.
Right.
But Mr. James Ribrron was one of those individuals that helped out quite a lot. So I hope I'm okay with saying that. But and like I said, there's a.
And they broke out this side of me, but yeah.
That is beautiful. And you found the power within.
Yes.
And that power you're taking to harness it to make it even bigger so that it can help your son, your children, and everybody else's children.
Yes.
And tell everybody your name again.
My name is Simone Wilkes.
Okay, and how can people get in contact with you so that they can make sure that they get the program that you just talked about or whatever else you're getting into?
Okay, you can reach me at Gmail at simone@detroitchampionsforhope.org.
Okay.
You can also reach me at my phone number, which is 313-643-4764. And you can also reach me on Facebook at Charmaine Simone. It's gonna have a picture with a broken screen. And then I also want to just add to that. I've been in therapy ever since I was 14.
Okay.
And I'm still in therapy.
Okay.
So that's how I know the signs and have a lot of tools in my toolbox to help my son. And I'm not gonna let the school force me to ignore those signs because I see them. Y'all don't see them.
How old is your son?
He's 7.
Okay.
Yeah, he's so bubbly. You'll love him.
I can, if he's anything like you, articulate, full of joy, and wanting to see the light come from other people, I get it. Okay, so with that being said, what do you want to say to Detroit?
I want to say to Detroit, we are a great city. We just got to show up in numbers. The same way that y'all support people that's from out of town, y'all need to show up in numbers when we having these town hall meetings, these coffee hours, because they're not going to listen to one person. They need a whole bunch of people to listen to. And also, be more invested in your child education. Talk to your child. Create a space where your child can be who they need to be, and you just help them become who they need to be.
That was good. Thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
joining. It was great meeting you. I look forward to working with you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got your phone?
No, it's in there.
Okay, go get your phone and then I'll give you the number.
Okay.
So you all just got a chance to tune in to another jewel gem drop. You know, what I've come to learn through all of this work is that most of the times the people who are complaining or wanting to be mad or stuck, it's by your choice, because here you had a lived experience of getting out of it and overcoming it. And so as we continue to meet our guests.
These are Simone's kids.
Oh, how are you? So what's your
Sit down,
name?
sit down.
Here, you sit right here. Sit right here. How old are you?
I'm 7.
You're 7? And what's your name?
I'm sorry. Can you write it down on my phone?
What's your name again?
Dyson.
Dyson?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that is
Who am I?
I want to
Right.
You can't watch the one on my phone.
Look, say hi, Detroit.
Hi, Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
So these are Simone's beautiful young boys. I just want everybody to see this is Detroit's future. This is Detroit's future is right here.
Detroit Steelers.
Yeah.
Future is right here.
Bless you. It's right here.
Right here.
Blessed Lord. Blessed Lord.
All right. So say bye, Detroit. See you later.
Bye, Detroit. See you in a minute.
All right. Deuces. Bless you. Bless you.
I'm trying to get some hot chocolate.
Yeah, hold on.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And Mama, I got some stuff. We got a coloring book and we got some crayons. I got that coloring book. And we got and she had gave me the shirt. Yeah, Miss Parisha had gave me the shirt. We got everything.
You got some dust in your nose? All right, go get burger.
Okay, so
Okay, thank you. I'll be in contact.
okay, make sure you do this your pen, right? Okay. Yeah, your son is beautiful.
Thank
He
you.
just gave me a hug out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, he's so kind.
Bless his heart, and so are you.
Thank you.
You're a life, and your life is gonna be exactly how you see it. Just
Thank
know
you.
that.
Thank you.
Y'all keep talking, baby. Keep
I will.
talking. How are you, young lady? Okay, you coming back? Okay, you said you are coming back? Okay, I want to get you on YouTube about your event. We're supposed to interview people who attend too. Yeah, you know you social. Don't act like you ain't social. So when you come back, okay, you just okay. That's fine. You can bring your grandma. Both of y'all can be on. Okay. All right.
You're welcome. You know what? Come. I like the food.
Bye. Happy holidays. I hope y'all got them donuts. Them was some good looking donuts. Bye. Bye. Have a good one. Bye bye.
Waiting on one more person.
So we had 38 people watch.
Really?
On Facebook.
Okay.
And then we had 5 like see on LinkedIn. We gotta get I think you gotta get 1,000 people, and then you can go live.
Okay.
So I need to tell me go. There you go. So I just met the instructor for the class. She was broken out everything. She was advocating for her son who's 7. But she the Title IX, how you get a IPA assessment outside of the school district. This stuff's out of So I met the instructor. I'm gonna let you talk to her. It's a class coming up Friday, virtually.
Have a seat right there.
Okay. I'll be right back.
All right, we are here live at the Arise Detroit Community Appreciation Day here at the Sammerian Center, and we are here with
Darlene House.
Darlene Howe.
House, like
House,
she live
okay.
in. Yes.
So, and who are you with, and what brought you out here today, and what do you want to tell people about what you do?
Okay, well, I am the founder and president of National Inspirational Role Models Visionaries, or NIRMV, as we call it. And we are a 501c3 public charity. We work with STEAM-related projects from the youngest, we work with 3, all the way up through senior adults.
Okay.
So different targeted projects and programs, and it's just a thrill to be here today.
So give me just a brief example of what happens when someone comes to your program.
Okay, well, what we do is we work with different partners, and Arise Detroit is one of them. And we will sometimes create targeted programs that we just do in conjunction with them.
Mhm.
And an example of that is for the Rise Detroit Day, which I know you're very familiar with.
Mhm.
We have a regular project that we do called the Stay at Home Reading Room.
Okay.
And with that, youth receive a kit at home. So it's kind of based on like where you have those subscription series programs, only
Okay.
this would happen just that one time.
Okay.
And that would be a targeted kit of fun things that have literacy related activities and whatnot. So it makes it fun for them in their own environment. And so we actually do that, and that goes on throughout the country.
Okay.
And we have people on our team now who are in different spots around the country. And
So if someone was interested in getting in touch with you and your organization, how would they do that?
well, they can go on the main website, which is NIRMB, the acronym, .org,
Mhm.
and they'll find information that covers a variety of different programs and services that we offer.
Okay.
But also if you have kids or you work with kids, then you can go on the NIRMBkids.org site.
Okay.
And once they become aware of it, they'll find special things on there. There are links. We have a wonderful links coordinator, and she'll check and find links connected to things. And so, young man even took a trip to space.
Okay. And so this is live. What would you like to say to people who might be watching this, and some word of inspiration or something you want to say to Detroit?
Well, I want to encourage you to read. One thing we say, read on. Yeah. Reading gives you information, but it also gives you an opportunity to escape, if you will, in your own environment, learn more about others, learn about culture. And then I believe that we have a little more time here today.
All right.
Yeah, so if you can, come on down,
Come on down.
to the Sammerian Center.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. We appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
All right. We got one more. She came in and then saw us.
So we are getting ready to do, I think, our final interview. I want to see if I can reposition you. Let's see what happens. We are how many more?
One more after her. The gentleman.
Yeah, she had a lot of personality. I was wondering if she was gonna get on camera.
You have a seat.
Good. How are you?
Yeah,
You
go ahead.
sure
You good. You can have a seat right there.
Okay.
Live. Okay. Put your chair in tight. There you go. Okay, now we're good. Okay. All right, we are live once again right here at the Sammerian Center at Arise Detroit Community Appreciation Day. And who are we here with now?
This is Epiphany Education Center. My name is Rosalind Taylor. I'm the director of Epiphany. Epiphany is a nonprofit literacy center for children located in the Sammerian Center. And we'll be celebrating 20 years in this location next year, providing free literacy services for elementary and middle school children. We have free one-to-one tutoring. You know, you can't get that anywhere in the city. It's the best quality tutoring. We have free book clubs for children, virtual and in person. We have mini libraries. We take the children on field trips during the summer. We also have book fairs for the children. You know, literacy is very important in our city. We're fighting illiteracy rates in the single digits, especially since COVID. Our children have suffered, and we really need to invest into literacy for our children because they are the future.
Well, I hear and feel a lot of passion in what you're talking about. Why is this important to you?
It's important to me because this is our culture. This is our legacy. We have to support each other, and we don't give out handouts. It's a hand up. It's up to us. Nobody's coming to save us. And honestly, education is the great equalizer. It doesn't matter where you come from, poverty, illiteracy, substance abuse, physical abuse. It doesn't matter where you come from. Education can improve the quality of your life. And so our children deserve a fair shot at all of their dreams. And so we feel that to have a child go to school for 12 years and only receive a 6-year education is criminal. So it's our job to make sure there's equity in our city. You should not have to hit the teacher lottery to learn how to read. Reading should be available for every child in our community. So that's why we're here, to fight illiteracy. We've been doing this for 20 years next year. And with God's willing, we'll be doing it for 120 more.
Doctor?
I think what you're doing is just, how can I say it, purpose-driven. And I want to understand, and for those who may be new to the organization itself, how was it started?
So this program was started in 2005 by Dominican and IHM sisters who, when the Catholic schools in the city were closing, they recognized that our children still needed literacy services, and also specifically supplemental literacy services. So what I'm talking about is after school programs, after school tutoring. Those things give you an edge in the world, and they're vital. They're vital to our children. And so we were started in 2005. Actually, the Dominican Literacy Center works with adults, and they're here in the Sammerian Center as well, and they're one of our partners. We work with children, they work with adults. Illiteracy affects your livelihood. It'll affect you at every step of your life, the quality of your life, your health care, job access, housing, across the board. How literate you are is the predictor on the quality of your life. So we just want to make sure our children have a fair shot at the best quality life that they can.
So you spoke about how literacy allows one to have a fair shot. It's also, with literacy, it raises your level of consciousness. Because there's one thing to be from the basic reading, math, arithmetic, experience, but it's another thing when you become literate and then you're using your literacy to bring power from within out.
Yes.
Which causes the clarity of what manifestation is, what you see in the passion and the focus of what you just defined for your purpose. And now you said 20 years and you visioned it for 120 years. And, it just makes me think about how some people may think that reading and learning the English language, because, sometimes we can get hung up on the plantation and everything that was created is bad because it was from a white supremacy standpoint. So you got to give it all away. And then they take it to making us, and it's no shade, but they take it to us going back to Kemetic, and now you have to learn hieroglyphics, Swahili. You got to go all through this in order to get to the point to say, okay, the English language, I'm gonna use it now, but now I know this too, as opposed to taking the English language because it still comes from us, and it allows us to.
It's okay.
But as you were talking about the power of literacy and just how sometimes we have obstacles that are put before us, or we are misled in certain type of ways that make us believe that we don't need to learn literacy and how to read and write and be able to functionally communicate to a level of comprehension.
Yes, yes. We should be well versed in all areas. As people of African descent, we come from teachers and doctors and scientists. It's embedded in us. We have a natural rhythm in our body that we're born with our melanin. And so it's very important that you nurture those things. I mean, we have God-given, talents, but those talents have to be nurtured. And there's nothing you can be or anywhere you can go without going through a book. So there's basic minimal steps that you have to take so that you're literate, so that you can open up, like you said, your consciousness. Open up your consciousness and open up your mind to other levels. But you have to educate yourself the basics. First through third grade, you're learning to read. After that, you're reading to learn and applying the knowledge. So you have to have those basic foundational skills to be able to pursue a higher level. And that's our goal at Epiphany, is to help children reach proficiency before high school, so that once you get to high school, you have the best opportunity to graduate in 4 years and to excel into the higher levels, to go into math, to go into reading, to go to community college, to go to a trade school. Whatever you'd like to do, you need the basic foundation for it.
How can people get in touch with you in your program?
So we're here in the Sammerian Center on the 3rd floor, Suite 3258. We're also on the social media. On Facebook, you can find us at Epiphany Education Center. We're also on the World Wide Web. You can reach us and contact us through our website, www.epiphanyeducationcenter.org.
This is live. Is there anything you want to say to Detroit before you leave?
I do. I want to say that knowledge is power. It's important. Our children are our future. And unfortunately, DPSCD is not educating our children. The proficiency rates are in the single digits. I implore parents to find out the proficiency rate at your school and do more. Just going to school is not enough to increase proficiency rates. You have to read at home, read at school, read everywhere you can, read everything you come across. And then if that doesn't work, reach out to us at Epiphany Education Center. We can help you. God bless you. We deserve the best. And that's why we're here, to make sure our children receive the best.
Spoke for your program. Go ahead. All right. Thank you. Thank
God
you.
bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. One more. Wow, what?
We need to bring her back.
On to the next one.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. You see Charles? You see him?
Most jealous females are here.
Okay. Excuse me.
No, not on your YouTube. Not on your YouTube. I didn't do it on your YouTube.
I know.
I just did it on my face.
I know.
Yeah. And she was good too. She need to come on YouTube.
Have a seat there.
Oh, I've sitting for 3 hours, man.
Well, 10 more seconds shouldn't hurt you then.
10 more. Oh, that's it. Just 10 seconds.
Yeah. You should be fine.
All right, Detroit, we're back again. We're live at the Sammerian Center.
Right. Make sure you're in the shot.
Okay.
You got some specific questions?
We're at the Sammerian Center, Arise Detroit Community Appreciation Day, and we are sitting here with
Ron Madden.
Ron Madden. What's your connection to Arise Detroit? Why you're here today, and what did you get out of this?
My connection with the Rise Detroit is with Luther Keith, and our organization name is Demographic Inspiration Detroit. We're a neighborhood revitalization organization. We've been established for almost 10 years, a little bit more than 10 years. And all of those 10 years, Rise Detroit has supported our organization with what we do in the neighborhoods.
So, Demographic
Inspiration Detroit.
What do you do?
Neighborhood revitalization. Our mission is blight removal, reuse of vacant land, and accessible veteran housing.
Do you have a targeted area in the city of Detroit, and can you speak to some of your successes and and challenges?
Of course. Our targeted area is in the Focus Hope 100 blocks, which is typically called Hope Village, and we're in the northwest corner on Fairfield Street between Finkel and the Live Service Drive on the south side of Live Service Drive. And since we've organized, we've implemented several urban gardens. The first urban garden was called the Native Butterfly Meadow, which we received a grant from Detroit Future City. That's been implemented, and since then we've established 3 other urban gardens, one called the Organic Bowl, and 2 other ones, one called Shade Maker 1 and Shade Maker 2. All our designs have been, we use the Working with Lots project from the Detroit Future City for our designs. So we have established at least 4, and we're continuing to work on more in our area.
Okay. Shout out to Detroit Future City. I just left the board after.
What? You need to go back.
Exactly. That's how they was
See you guys later.
Thank you,
They
Tony.
said they was gonna miss
12
James. They don't want to see him go.
12 years of service.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Doctor, demographics. I mean, say everybody we talked to today is connected to what we're trying to do. What do you got for this, brother?
Well, first of all, thank you for stepping up and taking on so many initiatives to be able to, one, create generational wealth for your family, but also to help transform Detroit.
We work hard. We work very, very hard. And with this last event this year, August 3rd, Mr. Keith was instrumental in getting us out there a little bit more with Channel 2. Another, I think a newspaper came out and another station came out. And so, it helped put that information out, but we're working on trying to do more so that people can know what we do. And what we also do, we also help other neighborhoods as well too. So some of the projects that we do, we can replicate those projects in other areas as well.
It's interesting that we had Ken, who was here maybe like 4 interviews ago, who was talking about how we need to start acquiring houses in the city of Detroit because it's the most feasible and it doesn't require a whole lot of starting to do it. And we were talking about the ability to do multifamily homes for first-time home buyers. And I've done some research to see what's in the market within the city of Detroit for that. And a lot of them need rehab. A lot of them need the services.
And be a part of
it. And to know that you have, one, a direct connection to Detroit Future Cities, who we know has been on the forefront of what is now manifesting in Detroit. And then 2, to know that there's a model that you're actually able to replicate to where no one has to start from scratch and go through the hiccups and the bumps, because it can get really, really stressful.
It's
been
have a good happy holiday.
Take care. Bye-bye.
We did.
Okay. We want to make sure we get everybody. Okay. and so, how do people, one, obtain your services? That's what I would like to understand.
We have a Facebook page, Demographic Inspiration Detroit, and it shows all the work that we've done since we've been in operation. And Luther Keith is one of our individuals that help us outreach. And what I say to a lot of people with the space that we've accomplished or acquired in that area, we have the space to do things. We just don't have the people to do them. And it's been very instrumental to bring volunteers because for this last project with Rise of Detroit, we connected with Detroit Mercy, University of Detroit Mercy, and the girls soccer team came out, and it was look, it was for me. It's like all these girls out here, and we were working,
working eye candy.
We were moving landscape boulders. We were planting trees. We were cleaning up. We were cutting grass, and I tell you, it was amazing. And I believe he has a video of that as well. So it was a great thing. And like I said, I appreciate what he's done for the city. I appreciate what he's done for our organization because it actually connects us with some people that want to see some good things happen as well. Our microslice Detroit neighborhood is something that we're trying to continue to grow, continue to build. And, we're probably about 7 years behind what we want to do because we wanted to be complete with a lot of the work that we've done 7 years ago. So, but we're still working at it.
All right, so this is live. What do you want to tell people? And then tell them one more time how to get in touch with you.
You can get in contact with me through the Demographic Inspirations Detroit Facebook page. We also have a group page as well. My email address is rmatten1@aol.com. And also my number, 586-260-7409. You can email me anytime, call me anytime. If there's projects that you want to get done, I will do the best that I can to help anybody to accomplish any goal that we have. And so what I do when we have equipment and I learn how to operate all the heavy equipment that we have to use to bring us together, because what I call now the lots, surprise lots, because you never know what's in it. It's the lots that have been demoed years ago and there's still remnants of demos there. So somebody coming out there with a shovel, just sometimes you get pretty tough when you need more or bigger equipment to move. And also what I do with that equipment, because I'm certified and using all the heavy equipment that we use, I also try to teach people how to use that equipment too.
Wow, so you can volunteer, learn a skill that can possibly lead you to having your own business.
Yes, absolutely.
That's amazing.
We do a lot. We do a lot, and we're trying to do more.
All right, well, we thank you for taking time to hang out with us and let us know about your program 2025. Look out.
Oh, it's gonna be something different 2025. Oh, one thing that I did not mention is that when we're into the veteran housing, what we're trying to specialize in is tiny homes. So we have a shipping container concept that we use now to either double stack them, double wide them, or whatever the case may be to, put people in, for, we'll say small families and veterans. All right.
Can you say the name of your organization one more time for the people who want to know?
Demographic Inspirations Detroit.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right, you get
Appreciate
that. You can get that.
Okay. No hug. That's okay. Thanks, man.
And you saw it live on YouTube.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Detroit. This is about a wrap. Doctor,
Yeah. Yes.
tell me your insights.
Today has been just filled with a lot of high-level intellectuals who have decided to use their gifts and their talents and their skills to make a community stronger, resilient, powerful, as well as the ability to support development of homes and families and being able to utilize and leverage resources that people may have never ever thought was accessible, let alone connectable. And so sitting down where we had the young lady who not only was advocating for her son, but now she's teaching individuals. It's a train the trainer model on how to advocate through the systems that are not championing for us as a community. And then we had the Ken, our realtor, who came up, and of course Luther Keith, who is the head of all of this, to just see what is inside his mind and how Detroit Champions of Hope is undergirding so much. I'm just playing, but I'm just saying though, like it's just phenomenal, and I'm really happy to have been a part of this live broadcast and this videoing of this Arise Detroit Community Appreciation Day, and to have you as my partner navigating through this wonderful space.
Thank you. So in 2025, we'll be doing more use of this technology. YouTube, Facebook, cameras. It doesn't take a lot, but we also have been talking about how to infuse AI into our work. So look out. I believe that if we just took the 10 or 15 people that we talked to today and got them in a room together, we could change Detroit.
Transform.
We could transform Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
We could transform Detroit. So this has been great. Good learning experience. I think one of the things I want to say is we're going to try to be able to put live information up there as it's going. Luther, don't be trying to get away from here.
Right, come on back. Say goodbye. We wrapping up.
I'll be back.
All right. So, but we want to be able to put that information up there. You know, the name and the website and the telephone number. We want to be able to show the use of this technology and how it can benefit the work that you're doing and how easy it is.
Yes.
We weren't given any instructions except interview, and we came in. I think we got it set up. I got some ideas on how to do things a little bit differently, but this has been fun.
You enjoyed yourself?
I enjoyed myself.
Now let me ask you, because you've been the one asking the
Well,
question.
take care.
Take care.
You
Look
too.
forward to continuing the movement. Yes, indeed. Now you were an interview, and I just want to know, because Detroit Champions for Hope is your organization. Is that correct?
Correct.
You founded this organization, correct?
Yep. Mine, if you look it up, it says James Ribrron, Detroit Champions for Hope.
Tell the people why you did that, and then because we got a chance to meet Detroit Champion for Hope community outreach specialists, personalities, as well as families. And can you tell us what moved you to create this?
There was a movement about 7 or 8, maybe 9 years ago, around the early third grade reading law. And this law mandated that if a kid by the third grade could not read, he would be held back. But the bigger stat was that stat determined what prisons would be built in the future. That scared me. If we could make a law that says you can't read and we're gonna hold you back, and we know that the factor is creating jails. Why the hell? I almost said something else. Can't we create a law that says we're gonna teach our kids how to read,
right,
and make sure that they get all the resources that they need?
That's right.
Detroit Champions for Hope. Hope starts here. Started all this.
Okay.
And it's just people around early childhood that came together and said, by 2027, we're gonna make sure that every kid in Detroit can read and is ready for school. That was something for me to get excited about, So we started the organization. We got those community outreach specialists in every city council district. We were
in the 7 districts.
7 districts. We were behind the child care ordinance. We were behind the repeal of the third grade reading law. We were the first Michigan Department of Health and Human Services navigators, helping families understand the state law, because the state law changed that if Medicare change had to occur, it used to be your worker would call, hey, James, it's time to,
Yeah.
now you're on your own.
Mm.
And so the department created these navigators, and then we were calling people and saying, hey, you know, it's time to renew. And they said, well, we were waiting on my call from a worker. These changes that occur, people don't know. It's impacting people's lives, and they find out at the point when it's
too late,
it's
or
too
it's
late.
crisis mode.
Right. You know, so, and I'll end with, you know, being able to connect Simone to these types of resources and the issues that she's having with her children. She's typical for more parents than we realize.
I was thinking that.
Typical. And
they're
that
just
is
suffering in silence.
right. And it's unconscionable that with these kind of resources that we know are at our fingertips, that we got parents that are getting kicked out of the damn school because they advocate for their parent. That's why, for their children. That's why this organization exists.
So with that being said, you are a community partner with Arise Detroit. What is your connection to Arise Detroit?
What Arise Detroit goes back to our Impact Detroit days when we heard Detroit Future City mentioned. There was a program called Detroit Future City, and they came up with a framework to rebuild Detroit. And so the framework was something that brought a bunch of community people together to say, hey, let's implement this program. So I met Luther, and one of the things that we did as Impact Detroit was had community cleanup days. What Luther was already doing, the Arise Detroit Day, he said, well, we can incorporate all of this into one big, and so what we began to do was collaborate together. And you know what happened? The foundations knocked on our door.
A lot of it.
They knocked on our door. We didn't have to go ask them for no money. They saw that we were collaborating, working together, and this is what they wanted to see happen, and they paid for it. And today, Detroit Champions for Hope is its own 501c3 organization with a $2.5 million budget.
Well, you heard it, so I'm glad that I had an opportunity to be here today for Arise Detroit's community partnership today. And so as we get ready to wrap up, you want to say anything to the viewers?
Look out for 2025. This is just the beginning. We got a heavy election. Get involved in the politics. We're going to be making sure that this information for all the candidates is out there for you to make judgment decisions. But get involved now. Learn the issues. Early childhood is my issue. What's your issue? Start working on that now and hold the candidates accountable. All right.
Till next time, I am Dr. Kapllango.
James Ribrron, also known as Living Liberation Tacoma.
Yeah.
All right.
What's your last name again?
Ribrron.
I know I heard your name. I know we talked once before.
Yeah. It could have been through